25 Tango recall.
Hey guys, we're in Minneapolis. Um, this is a man shot. The call came out with a shotgun, and CPR was officers arrived and started CPR right away. Ambulance is still on scene there. Let me get my other phone quick, and I'll get you location. So we're going to be in the 2000 North James Avenue in Minneapolis, 55411. Sorry. So there's the ambulance there. They have crime scene tape up, so they have somewhat of a perimeter, and I'm not going to cross into it. This is a shooting scene, more than likely, possibly another homicide. So I'm not going to. I don't want to interfere. That's never the goal. I did talk to one of the officers, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've had nothing but good interactions with Minneapolis every time I've been in Minneapolis the last couple months. So I'm probably going to be doing um, more Minneapolis calls as well, just because I've had a lot of good interactions with Minneapolis PD ever since what happened. Um, I just got my discovery the other day. Um, I, I don't have all the discovery, but I got most of the discovery yesterday from Dodge County. Um, so that's why I haven't done many videos. I've been kind of going through that and seeing what they say. So I want to thank you, um, Karen, for posting up um, that as well. It's probably the best location right here to view. They did get a new tripod, so hopefully it comes with a unipod inside, which is kind of cool. The officer that's posted next to me on the perimeter here did tell me to be careful. But yeah, this is a person shot with a shotgun. Officers on scene.
You can change it to a warrant.
Started CPR right away on the individual. So I don't know if this is going to be a homicide or not.
Shots fired. Maryland and Albemarle. One caller heard 3 shots coming from the west.
It was St. Paul Central. When I was pulling up Minneapolis, they dispatched another shooting call. So multiple shooting calls going on all over both Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Happy good for it, 48 minutes. You're advised with 51, 266. WWC, thank you.
So it looks like ambulance just left the scene. I am in Minneapolis. Zoom out here for you guys, let you see what's going on.
Thank you, anonymous caller reporting a lot of music in the unit.
So it kind of gives you the idea of where we're at. So you see the little gun symbol on there. Crime Watch Minneapolis actually is posting updates of shooting calls. But it's still an active scene. They're still out here investigating. Jason, yeah, I do sleep every now and then. I actually took some time off to go over my discovery and stuff. Some of the discovery I got. You're never going to believe this, but that Deputy Matt lied. in his police report. And it's funny because there's multiple camera audio and video that can prove the lies. Hey Ralphie, thanks for being here. I'm not in your city tonight, I'm over in Minneapolis. Although you guys had a couple shooting calls, I think, tonight already. But the person was shot in the chest, or shot, I don't know where, but with a shotgun, so.
20, Will is now back on the line making stress over the phone. Would you like me to see if CR team is also available?
C30 Will is live on that.
Copy.
Well, I'm not going to stay out here late, guys. Actually, Jason, what you said, I am actually really tired. This is not officer involved. That was another shooting that was officer involved today. Up north. BCA is out investigating that. Let me pull that up for you guys. So the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, BCA, is investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened just before 6 p.m. Thursday evening in Morrison County, Minnesota. At one point after West Central Drug Task Force attempted to stop a vehicle.
Available cars, if I can put you for a party in crisis at 4,000 and Fifth Avenue South. Caller states their brother is currently acting aggressive and irrational, does have access to knives.
So
Suspect
that's
is described as Phil, a 43-year-old white male whose birthday is today.
Drug Task Force attempted to stop a vehicle, Minnesota. Okay, hold on. Attempted to stop a vehicle. A Minnesota State Trooper and Otter Tail County deputies discharged their handguns, fatally striking a white male in the vehicle. Another person in the vehicle was injured by gunfire. A handgun was recovered at the scene. This investigation is still a very early stages. The trooper involved was wearing a body camera. That's one of the new body cameras that State Patrol's got. That captured portions of the incident. More information will be released pending further investigations. That is the official statement from the BCA at this point for that shooting. So, we have a officer involved shooting. That's about hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes north of here, maybe 2 hours. So this is not an officer involved shooting. But yeah, the drug task force tried to do a vehicle stop that led to an officer involved shooting. That's still under investigation. I was debating on driving up there, but that's far. Your daughter lives up there. I know it's getting bad all over. It's getting bad all over, guys. Hey, Opal, thanks for being here. But yeah, this is the conclusion of a shooting call. So I was doing some research today, earlier, guys, on the state of Minnesota actually has a law to protect journalists, which is really interesting. And I am already emailed Lieutenant Shank. He emailed me back, and as soon as their IT team concludes getting that info, that video put out, what's going on here? Sorry, guys. Oh, really? You did? Okay. We're gonna make you a. If you drop a link, but I lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of tired, but yeah, there's so much going on. It's getting super tiring to cover all this stuff and everything that's going on. It's so hard. I still got videos to edit, but yeah, I mean, the main thing is get out there, shoot me an email if you guys have video or you want your channel to grow. If you're around in the cities, if you're not in the cities in Minnesota, I mean, I've been requested to go all over. But you know, money's a real thing. And then I've got this court case pending. They did in Discovery include 2 of my YouTube videos, I believe, that they're going to use as evidence against me. I believe the one was the live stream. And I think was my follow-up, maybe. I don't know. I haven't been able. They sent CDs, so we'll find out what Dodge's what their conclusion of everything is. But Minneapolis PD, I have to say again, it's been super respectful. The officer told me to be safe out here. It's getting bad on the streets, and that's. I got off the phone with Brooklyn Center PD today because I've been trying to request footage from outside their police department, their surveillance cameras, for during the riots up in Brooklyn Center. There's pending litigation, I guess, or investigation going on with a lot of their surveillance cameras. So the only photo I was able to get from them. I don't know. I think I put it up on my community tab. If I didn't, I'm gonna go ahead and repost that. It was a really good, like, picture, clear picture from on the roof of the police department looking at the crowd, and I believe that was day 1. So it's not that they're not trying to release footage in Brooklyn Center PD. It's just, I don't know what footage they have. So if they're trying to go after people that were doing illegal acts, then obviously we don't want to release that. But it's, you know, transparency is transparency. I talked to Steve. I seen he was out tonight live. Capital Transparency. He's been working diligently trying to get public data from Ramsey County Sheriff's Department. They've been refusing or delaying as much as they can to release data, despite Sheriff Bob Fletcher talking about the transparency in his agency. Seems to be pretty untransparent to me. There's also a website he found where they talk about different agencies and how fast and willing they are to release information. And believe it or not, Ramsey County Sheriff's Department ranks real low in that. Oh, Karen, hey, thanks. Oh, Joshua, so if you go back in one of my videos, Karen, if you can post the link to that video, I greatly appreciate that. Is that the link to that? I have obstruction, that case above. Okay. So what, Joshua, what I have is obstruction of legal process and failure to obey. ACS. We're out at a shooting call. A person was shot in their chest. I believe it was a male with the information I have. But yeah, so that's what I'm facing for film. I was outside filming a standoff in Dodge Center, in Dodge, the city of Dodge Center, and in Dodge County, Minnesota. I was standing there filming, and multiple other cars were driving by. You could see the live stream. The officer ended the live stream, or the deputy ended the live stream. They handcuffed me. But yeah, Karen posted the link, so check that out. It's pretty disgusting. So you would think that was the 6th standoff I've been to, and every standoff I've been to, they take the people in alive. There's only one in Anoka County. They shot the suspect in the arm, but I believe he lived. It was non-life-threatening shot, but he was also shooting down the street, just random gunfire. So at a certain point, what are officers, what is anybody going to do in that situation? Not just police officers, but what would anyone do? But oh, you covered? Oh, I'm not pleading. We're going all the way with this one. Joshua, let me make you a moderator. Joshua, I just made you a moderator. If you want to put a link to your channel or anything, a link to your website or anything you want to put in there, I just made you a mod so you can drop a link to yours. I'm a big firm believer in promoting all of us that are out here, regardless of the reason you're out here. But yeah, it's just I started a playlist for all you guys for and I believe it's Dodge County, with a bunch of different videos in there. It's interesting to see, but yeah, your family now, Joshua. Yeah, the guilty, you know, the sad thing is in Minnesota, you know, it's like I was telling the officer here before I went live, we are not the enemy out here as press. We're not the enemy of law enforcement. We're not the enemy of the people. We are merely just getting information. No, this is not, Nick, this is Minneapolis, not St. Paul. I believe Watchdog has been out. Rob and Brad have been hitting it hard lately. Thanks, Karen, for hitting that. The channel up there, and I will be posting links to my original videos in that playlist as well. Yep, wrong county. This is Hennepin County. The other thing, I'm gonna be trying to get to more calls outside of the metro in the first ring suburbs and stuff. You were right, Joshua. We all have rights. Ashley, I think Rob and Brad are live out in St. Paul. What do you do with my other phone? Let me just verify that. And Joshua, if you work for a paper, do you work here in Minnesota, or are you out of state? Yeah, sorry, I'm just verifying. Oh, California, awesome. Is this a Jordan? Yeah, Watchdog Visual News is, let me grab a link here and I'll throw it in here for you guys. Information is the key, and that's all we're trying to do is that's all we're trying to do. We all work together. We're all out here for the same reasons, right? To show information at the end of the day. Yeah, oh, Sarah, you posted the link to Watchdog. Yeah, so did I. So they're live in St. Paul if you're curious on what's going on in St. Paul. I do work in Minnesota. I kind of go all over. I go all over the state. But I have covered. I went down to Asheville, North Carolina. They turned out they were still under a curfew. That was very interesting. I didn't shoot much video or do much down there. I just did a little bit of investigation down there. Found out they were under curfew a month after Minneapolis, or a couple months after Minneapolis and most of the cities lifted their curfew. Turns out Nashville, North Carolina, they went through, and if you guys watched up here, there was like makeshift medical tents set up during the protests to help injured protesters or victims of whatever that needed help, anything you needed help for. Well, apparently one of the Asheville Police Department or one of the agencies down there went through and shot with rubber balls, paintball, the pepper balls and rubber bullets and all sorts of things, these medical tents or these little medical stands that were set up. So of course they had a lot of backlash from that as well. When I asked if press was exempt from their curfew, they said no. And that was a governor's order for North Carolina. But for my lawyer defense, again, it's about $6,000. I've raised $260, but I appreciate it. I appreciate all the money that people have donated to my GoFundMe for that. I didn't even expect that. I mean, I had people tell me I should do it, and I did it. And I was just super impressed that I had that much money raised. Karen, you're going to bed. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, it's late. I'll be out again tomorrow night with my regular live on patrol. Thank you, Sarah, for posting that. I've got to try and knock out some major projects I got coming up here for work. One, A, to afford the attorney's fees, and B, regular life bills that we all have. So yeah, if you guys smash that like button, I greatly appreciate it. That does help quite a bit. And even if you guys can't donate, watch the ads, click on the ads. That helps too. It adds, generates ad revenue. But I don't know. I'm got to go through all the discovery. I've got to put a retainer down on the attorney. I'm still blown away. The way I see this is Dodge County is going to spend thousands of dollars, and the worst, if I get found guilty, like maybe the most they can get me for is $1,000 fine, but more than likely I'll be live tomorrow night. The most probably I'm gonna have a $500 fine if I get found guilty. But you have to think too, like they're spending thousands of dollars. Oh, you did watch? Yeah, absolutely insane how the deputy acted, Joshua. But yeah, they're spending thousands of dollars to try to prosecute me on 2 misdemeanors. And I'll at most pay a $500 fine and probably some court costs if I'm found guilty. And in his own police report, he writes that I complied. I don't get it. Yeah, Sarah, tax, like, I don't get it. They could ask me to move to an alternative location that's reasonable. They could have asked me to not live stream because they could have cited officer safety. They could have done so much more and so much better. I'm going to email the sheriff to see if he wants to sit down and do an interview. Their neighboring county in Freeborn, that sheriff is completely awesome. Alexandria police chief, I've talked to him, completely great. There was a video, and I should do a video on it as well. There was a big fire after I went down and covered a standoff down there, where they took the guy in alive. He shot a cop and he shot a person, and they took the guy alive. That's what I want to show people. The next day they had a huge fire down in that city, and they forcibly evacuated a guy without being able to lock his door, get his dogs out of the house. The next day or 2 days later, after I seen that video, I called the chief of Alexandria. Is it Alexandria? Might be saying it wrong. Let me verify that before. Check here. Albert Lee, I'm sorry, not Alexandria, Albert Lee police chief. I talked to him and explained the situation of the video. While I was on the phone with him, he literally who shouted me out? Oh, hey guys from Watchdog. Hey Brad and Rob. But yeah, after I talked to the chief of police down there, he literally, as I'm on the phone with me, pulls up the video, watches the video on YouTube that was posted, and says he knows who it is, that was completely wrong of his officers. he personally went out. He said he's going to take care of it. I then got a response back from the person that posted the video. I didn't even contact, posted the video. He came in, I believe, in one of my live streams, or left me some comments stating that the chief personally came out to his house, apologized for that. They went through training on when can they forcibly evacuate people from their residence, how it should have been handled differently, and absolutely corrected the situation. I then went down there for the train derailment. I ran into an Albert Lee police officer. I was trying to get access with a kayak through a swamp so I could get closer to the train derailment to get better pictures through a swamp and a lake, which I really tried. I went to Walmart, bought a kayak, went to go paddle out there, but by the time I got trampled through the bog and all that fun stuff, it was starting to get dark and super cold. So I decided to turn around because I wouldn't be able to get there before it was dark. I paddled out there and back again. So, but talking to the officer, he's like, it's private property, get to the lake. The owner showed up, gave me permission to go through that in front of the officer verified. He goes, so if anyone has a question, he'll make sure he lets all the other officers know that I had permission to go through the private property to access the lake. The officer also told me a different access through the county that I could access, but it'd be a long ways, a long paddle. Gave me directions to get there and everything. So I didn't record that interaction, but I promise you that happened like that. So believe it or not, in rural areas of Minnesota, we have great interactions with law enforcement. But yeah, I think you got some new subscribers. Awesome. Yeah, and that's the thing. So Rob and Brad with Watchdog Visual News has been out. I think they've been out every night. Brad ran into problems on their vehicle. Hey, Ted. They got the serpentine belt fixed. I don't know if Brad replaced his harmonic balancer. Oh, it's Heather? All right, Heather. And he got that fixed so they could be on the road. Yeah, I mean, it's real life out here. We don't have corporate sponsors. We don't have tons of money. We work on shoestring budgets most of the time. And when we have things like that happen with law enforcement agencies, it's a detriment to you guys, really. All right, Joshua. Yeah, thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. I got the radio turned down. What's going on here? All right, guys, I'm gonna just back up a little bit here. Let that guy get in. I'm gonna take off, but they're probably coming home. Last thing I'd want to come home to is that, and cameras and everything else, so. It's not a good area, Minneapolis. I mean, but, you know, it is what it is. But I'm wiped out. I've had an extremely busy day. I appreciate everyone for being here. every new person that's in here every time I go live. I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Definitely support all local media. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Oh, can't go that way. I'm not too familiar with this area of Minneapolis. We just had a quick thunderstorm roll through here. It's kind of weird. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and kill the live stream. But tomorrow night, be live. If you're here, jump in, tune in. We'll be covering, I think I'm going to try and cover some of Minneapolis tomorrow.
Squad 310 can take that 11, can cancel if they like.
But, yeah, guys,
Cancel, thank you.
Encourage one of the ShotSpotter activation. Second activation is for 2603 Bloomington, 3 rounds on the curb. And callers are reporting hearing 3 to 4 shots, possibly closer to 25th Falls Avenue.
2603 Bloomington. Was that right? Let's rewind that.
Squad 310 can take that 11, can cancel if they like.
Copy 310.
Maybe we'll go to another shots fired. Hold on, guys.
Cancel, thank you.
Encourage one of the ShotSpotter activation. Second activation is for 2603 Bloomington, 3 rounds on the curb. And callers are reporting
2603 Bloomington.
first floor.
Copy.
Yeah, what the hell? We're already out. This is how it always goes, isn't it? Oh, God. Well, it's 10 minutes. South Minneapolis. I don't know. I might just cover Minneapolis. Shots fired. We're 11 minutes away. Don't have my vest tonight.
Copy.
You're recruiting mods. I'm not even a mod on Watchdog Visual. You guys are trying to steal my mods? I'm just joking with you guys. Yeah, definitely check out Watchdog Visual News. I don't know where they're at. We're also trying to get two-way radios. My email is minnesota.news.now@gmail.com. But I will. Do you need me to email you or? Yeah, no, my vest is in the back seat. I used to just like put it on and wear it most of the time just because, you know, It's constantly something or another. I might pull over here in a few minutes and throw it on. I did check for level 4A plates. They're about 9 months out. Super expensive. You take the light rail. I wish I could take the light rail. Actually, I think I'm good with not taking the light rail. I think you can't have audio devices playing on the light rail. I think I know where we are. Lindale. That's where a police chase ended up here a couple months ago, I think. You don't have to make me a mod. That's okay. I was just giving you guys crap. Sir, I do appreciate it, though, Heather. I did.
Remember the 29-year-old male transferred from Wilmer Hospital. Direct admit or post-operative cholecystitis. Patient will be a yellow, again, direct admit by the lake table.
So this is ShotSpotter activation call for shots fired and callers, and people have called 911. Keep in mind, Minneapolis spends $2.1 million a year on their ShotSpotter, and yet they still have people calling in, just like St. Paul. Sheriff Fletcher wants to spend $2.4 million in St. Paul on ShotSpotter. That's flagged with tons of controversy, not getting arrests. It's 0.38% of all ShotSpotter activations in Minneapolis. With the data that we can get, have led to arrests. So, you know, for a lot of money, you don't get a whole lot, I believe. Thank you, Sarah, for throwing it up there. I think that money could be spent elsewhere other than ShotSpotter. It just doesn't seem like a useful tool for that much money. Also, the data can be manipulated for law enforcement agencies as well. So, you know, anytime you have manipulated data, it doesn't matter who for what. Once it's manipulated, it's no longer admissible in court. You know, I don't understand the point of something like that. We are 5 minutes out for a shots call. We're going through the Lowry Tunnel for those of you that know this area. But I feel that Minneapolis police have kind of redeemed themselves with a lot of the interactions I've had with them. Looks like fire is en route to a call. Good morning, fishermen. I don't think, like, you talk about people that don't sleep, fisherman in the box doesn't sleep. This is why I have a hard time naming my live streams, guys, because we just end up going to call to call to call to call to call to call to call. Oh, you nap. I can't nap. That's one thing I can't do. I've tried it and end up waking up more tired than when I went to sleep. But we are on our way to a shots fired call in Minneapolis off of Bloomington Avenue. There's a shooting, shots fired activation at 38th in Chicago earlier tonight.
Yeah. Does it have been on the 911 line? A couple in the background. Yeah.
No purple streetlights in Minneapolis, though. Although you have to be super careful at these intersections because people run them all the time, the lights and stop signs. This is supposed to be the location. Oh, this is not an area where I want to be. Well, there's a squad there in front of us. Transit PD. Yeah, 26th in Chicago. I am not going to sit in that area at all. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a shooting there.
Someone called from the elevator.
Yeah.
Women's center.
And we're at Chicago and Lake.
6179 on channel 1.
Yeah, just on Bloomington Avenue. Oh yeah, Bloomington and Lake. Sorry. Oh, this. I don't even know if I'd be okay coming down. In the daytime.
6 and Hennepin. I think Embassy Suites. Near the cameras over there just happened. Lost some phones.
There's a theft of glasses and phones.
61 copy.
Chicago Liquors.
6 on Hennepin. Just now, is there anyone monitoring cameras? Well, 10 minutes ago. Base 100, I'll take a look.
Those of you following that Duluth police officer story that I put out earlier about a year ago that shot through the door was just found not guilty by a jury for shooting through the door. Yeah, Ralphie. Nowhere in St. Paul, I think, compares to this. What link are we looking for, Elizabeth? Gotta put together some more videos for you guys. I mean, if this kind of tells you guys anything, all those red dots are current as of this year shooting calls. Also, the lady that shot at that guy that jumped over the fence and broke into her garage, and she fired warning shots, and her son ultimately shot and killed the guy. Hennepin County attorney is not refusing to prosecute that case.
Good.
So I'm trying to get a video put out on that as well.
Yeah, victims are going to be 2 white males. Suspect, 4 to 5 black males. Taking words, mobile cell phones in a wallet.
A couple cell phones and a wallet.
Copy.
The Duluth video link I can find for you. I don't have the acquittal, but I have the original video. Let me see if I can find it for you and post the link. I got tons of videos, so bear with me. I'm looking, bear with me. Alright, found it. Let me get it here. There is the Duluth video link. So if you guys want to check that out, that is where the officer shot through a closed apartment door because he thought he was being fired at. And he was found not guilty. Yeah, Sarah, I definitely want to drive now. I don't... But yeah, that's an interesting video. Thank you, Sarah, for taking care of that. But I was appalled by that video. And I was even more appalled that the officer got off for that. I just, I don't see how anyone can believe that's okay to shoot through a closed apartment door with not knowing what's behind that door. Duluth PD has been plagued a bunch. Actually, one of my newer videos was where they were trying to guillotine a kid that was in a car. Well, he was an adult. He was 20-some years old, but still, I mean, right after George Floyd, they literally try to do that to a kid. At one point, you could actually hear his neck crack in the video when they were kneeling on the back of it over the driver's seat of a car. I don't know if the McDonald's was still open. It looked like the essay was still open. Oh, the McDonald's is still open. There's a line there.
Please remember to officer 6179, can you clarify?
I used to work over there, actually. So this is Lake Bidemacasta, used to be known as Lake Calhoun. Got renamed a few days ago, or I mean a few years ago. But a lot of areas in here is known as Calhoun. I did maintenance in a couple of these apartments over here. So, yeah, it's this area was plagued by property crimes. There's a lady at this intersection, actually, I think about 4 years ago. Truck driver was turning and the lady got ran over by the back tires on the truck. Subsequently died. We, in Minnesota, we do not have a castle law and we do not have a stand your ground law. We have a duty to flee. It's very interesting. I think we would benefit from a castle law and stand your ground in Minnesota. So if you guys live here, in Minnesota, definitely contact your people. Also, Representative, we have a representative that made the news again with his daughter in St. Paul. Another video I got to try to get out. You know, we keep talking about leaders. you know, we put a lot of weight on leaders, and we like to point fingers. It comes to personal responsibility and accountability. We almost did get the castle law to pass here in Minnesota a year ago or 2 years ago, but it got shot down. They never passed it. So we're still currently under a duty to flee. If you guys know of the USCCA, it's a great website to check on state laws. They make it super easy, a reciprocity. So if you do have a permit from one state, you can see where what states will honor your permit, the different laws in the different states just by clicking on it. Super awesome law, because I know Georgia did not honor Minnesota's permit for a long time. If you wanted to go yeah, basically if someone breaks into your home, you technically have to flee unless you have no means to flee. Then you can use deadly force to defend yourself. It's so convoluted. This is Highway 100. This is where we get a lot of chases. But Georgia just passed. Their laws kind of weird with what they just passed. But yes, you can now carry in Georgia if you have a Minnesota permit. It's one of the new states that popped up. Well, Vince, we actually had that case happen in I believe it was St. Cloud. It was a few years ago. A couple kids kept breaking into this guy's house. He finally shot and killed both of them. It was on Thanksgiving Day. He waited a few days to call 911, and he went out there. So he actually got convicted on that case. Well, Vince, I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I can't say I agree. Just for legal purposes. But people might ask why you're buying that much acid anyway. That might raise some suspicion. Hey, greatest ever, thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. But guys, I am going to call it for the night. I am tired. I gotta get some sleep. I got a long day ahead of me. I gotta work my real job, as people call it. And also make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow, mainly in St. Paul. Also, might stroll into Minneapolis a few times. I'm feeling a little bit better about Minneapolis PD not harassing over the camera. But if you guys are up in the morning early, Fisherman in the Box is always releasing videos. You know, one thing I can tell you, if you're a contractor, you got usually access to a lot of heavy equipment to dig holes. So, you know, not a lot of questions asked there when you're doing excavating. I think Minneapolis is still looking for a new police chief. I'm still following the tragic death of Lily out in Wisconsin. I was gonna go out there for that, but there's not much to see or film out there, so I was just pulling mainstream clips from that. If I post mainstream news video, I verify that they're mainly factual, so you guys don't have to worry too much about propaganda if I post those. Yeah, Hennepin County election is next year. Very important election. Local elections do matter, guys. So make sure you vote. Local election. Crucially important. Judges. Know your judges. Know the background on them. Thank you, fishermen. Make sure you're checking into all those. It's unreal. Oh, there was a semi-transparent. There's always semi-transparent. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everyone for being here. I gotta head to bed here pretty quick. I always have a drive in front of me after we do these, so. Yeah, Michael, you're a little bit late to this one, but you can always catch up on the stream later. I thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me. It means the world to me. I wouldn't be doing it without you guys. You're just as important as I am. I appreciate everyone. You guys have a wonderful night, morning, evening, day, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you ever have videos or information you want to share, I did get an email that I corresponded with a viewer that wanted to remain anonymous with some dirty stuff that was going on. I can try to give advice as much as I can. But you know, I'm not an attorney. I can't give legal advice. I only can give my opinion. So I will do my best on that. Yes, peace be with you, fisherman in the box. You're still playing poker? Yeah, I mean, I was gonna try and play the other day, but we all gotta take some personal time. It's always gonna be something happening. There's a few of us out here now, especially Watchdog. They've been hitting it hard in St. Paul. But appreciate everyone. I really do. I'm always digging in behind the scenes, talking to agencies, trying to get more information. So just because you don't see me putting out videos doesn't mean I'm not working in the background. Anyway, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Guys, have a great night. Jason with Minnesota News Now, out.